We're standing on the edge now. This is the moment that we came for. And now we're going it alone. We just wanna know. We just wanna go into the unknown.
Welcome to another edition of PCW Ultra Mutiny. Mike Simmons here with you this week, and we have some exciting news to share with you all. We have finalized a partnership with Defy Wrestling and Progress Wrestling to bring you a 4-night West Coast tour currently slated for later this year. Spirit of Independence is set to come your way the second half of 2020, and the Ultratorium is the first stop. We'll take the show on the road for 2 nights in Seattle and close out at the historic Crystal Ballroom in Portland. For more information, go to spirit-of-independence.com. Look, in this climate, we all need something to look forward to. And provided things return to normal, all 3 promotions are absolutely thrilled to join forces in this 4-night celebration of independent wrestling, featuring some of the very best wrestlers from around the globe. And that's something we're used to seeing here in PCW Ultra. World-class wrestlers competing at a high level for the Ultra faithful. And in our featured bout this week, we take you back to the main event of our inaugural show, where former WWE United States and IWGP Intercontinental Champion MVP took on the only man to hold both the NWA and AWA titles simultaneously, the Almighty Sheik. But coming up next, one of my personal favorite matches here in PCW Ultra. From Believe in 2018, superstar Jake Atlas goes one-on-one with ACH. On the call, as always, the voices of PCW Ultra, Todd Keneley and Christian Cole.
ACH erupted onto the scene, scored a lot of huge victories, including all the way back at Refuse to Lose with a win over Mecha Wolf 450, a former light heavyweight champion. But since then, as of late, that Refuse to Lose moniker hasn't really fit, with tough losses to likes of Hammerstone and Daga. Can ACH get back on track here tonight at Believe?
Part of the story you didn't mention was that ACH has battled through injury over the last 16 months, and for him to show up here and compete every single time, to honor these bookings, to come here and fight in front of these fans, he deserves kudos for that. But will the injuries finally catch up with him?
Jake Atlas coming off of perhaps the biggest win in his promising young career at PCW Ultra Possessed, when he bested the likes of Marco Stunt, Eli Everfly, and Chris Bay to earn the #1 contendership moniker. A shot that he won't get tonight, of course, because the light heavyweight champion, Shane Strickland, fighting for the heavyweight title in our main event.
Unfortunate that Atlas won't get his shot here tonight, but he understands and he's going to be patient. And he's going to make a statement here against ACH before his big light heavyweight championship match at A2K19 in a month from now.
And for ACH, what a huge opportunity for him if he can get back to his winning ways. He was undefeated, was ACH for quite some time in PCW Ultra. So if he gets a victory over the newly minted #1 contender, ACH will be right back in the title picture.
These two going to square off, take their time, feel each other out. Both men strong, elusive. They can do all kinds of different styles and varieties of wrestling, whether it's lucha libre, mat-based wrestling. Both of these men so talented and so well-rounded.
They can high fly when it calls for it as well, and they can absolutely turn out your lights. High impact offense when you think of Jake Atlas with the LGB DDT, and on the flip side with ACH, that buster call, that big brain buster. Beautiful single leg there by ACH, so fluid, Christian.
Yeah, that heel pick incredible as he rolled into it. When you watch ACH, you're going to see something innovative every time. He never wrestles the same twice. Like a chef with a new recipe, adding a little bit of salt and pepper to each one of his matches. And it's worked for him. Again, he's had a rough patch this year, but he has been injured, Todd.
He sure has. I don't see that normal kinesio tape that he usually is sporting all over that shoulder, so perhaps he's finally seen a light at the end of the tunnel in terms of those injuries.
But we see on that right thigh, however, that he's still favoring it, still using the support tape on perhaps what is a nagging injury that's lasted almost a year. Can Jake Atlas possibly expose him for that, go right after it?
And for ACH, that might take some of the spring out of his legs for that high fly flow remix, that big frog splash that he's put people away with in the past. Fundamental wrestling early, and a physical shoulder block there by both men, but neither man backing down.
Atlas not usually one to showboat in this manner, just he's already in the middle of a fight, and he's going to flex off with ACH, one of the best physiques in wrestling.
In his recent matches, we've seen more of a cocky side of ACH come out. Nice leg sweep there. And back the other way, attempted, but countered into the head scissors. What a beautiful stop on a dime counter there, Christian.
Yeah, but no surprise from the likes of these two guys with the athleticism that they both possess. This match is going to razzle-dazzle for sure. And there's the striking to back it up to show you how vicious they can be as well, especially ACH.
ACH will be able to butter your rolls at your holiday feast with those chops like a knife through butter. Goes upstairs, does Jake Atlas. Deep hook of the leg now, only a count of 2.
Atlas able to end the momentum so quickly with that enziguri out of nowhere. I mean, it's his quickness, but it's his striking mixed with the quickness that makes him so unique. Jake Atlas, a youngster in the scene, but has absolutely exploded in popularity over the last year and a half. And now a #1 contender for the light heavyweight championship, which he will get a month from now at 2K19.
Absolutely, but will Shane Strickland be the ultra heavyweight champion? He goes up a weight class, up a division. You know, you see it a lot in the world of mixed martial arts. You've seen it with Conor McGregor, 2-division champion, Daniel Cormier, and now right here in PCW Ultra.
I remember a 2-division champion named the Ultimate Warrior when he defeated, who was it again, Todd? Your favorite wrestler of all time, Hulk Hogan?
Kind of fuzzy memory. Remember that yellow Intercontinental title. Yellow streak up his back because he never gave Hogan a rematch.
Oh, relax. Have some of this vape.
Supposed to be at the Coliseum. Big shot there again by ACH. And you want to talk about momentum. What will it do to the momentum of the #1 contender, Jake Atlas, to the light heavyweight title and his aspirations if he loses this one? It's ACH's birthday. He seems to have the crowd behind him, even though Jake Atlas always fights with ultra pride.
Sure, and it's a question of the chicken or the egg. Which comes first? Cover here. Just 2. But you have to ask yourself, which comes first? Is it the fact that he's looking ahead beyond ACH at that title shot? Has he been maybe avoiding studying tape on ACH and going straight after that, what means so much in that light heavyweight championship shot at the beginning of next year? Because right now he's taking a beating, Todd. I mean, we're watching him get physically assaulted here by ACH.
Chopping down the tree is ACH, just brimming with confidence. That chin draped across the throat, having a word with the official. ACH might have the experience in PCW in singles competition over Jake Atlas, who's been in more multi-person matches, including the match he won to become #1 contender. Jake Atlas has been able to be an opportunist in those matches. Here he's got to go toe-to-toe with one of the best in the sport today.
Yeah, but he's up for the task. You look, he goes under right there. Look at Jake Atlas possibly with a great counter, and this could be the momentum shift that Jake Atlas needed. Damn! Instead
Atlas,
he eats a drop kick.
Cover now by ACH. Atlas was able to avoid the first strike, but not the second. And look at the chest of Jake Atlas. It is lit up like a Christmas tree, my friend.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten an Indian burn on your arm, had one of your cousins rip the hairs out of your arms, and that's what's happening. His blood vessels are bursting in his chest, cover here, able to bridge out. But when that starts to happen, I mean, the fatigue and swelling, yeah, sure, there's a lot of adrenaline. Maybe he doesn't feel it quite like he will later, but the damage is done by ACH, and he continues to work on the youngster Jake Atlas.
ACH has been absolutely measuring Atlas with these strikes. Came down with the axe kick, and now, if it ain't broke, why fix it? But the sternum just might be broken of Jake Atlas if this continues. Starting
to turn into a horror movie on the chest of the young promising star, Jake Atlas. And this is going to be the story for the rest of this match, Todd. Will he be able to persevere through this type of assault from the veteran ACH? Will Jake Atlas be able to stand on his 2 feet and fight back? Can he make a comeback here?
And this is more to the advantage. Well, that remains to be seen. We've seen the ultra pride, as we mentioned, the heart, the tenacity of Jake Atlas, but might get put out here. This favors ACH. He likes to get you down horizontal so he can go up top for that high fly flow remix. He likes to get you out of your faculties so he can cinch you in for that buster call. He can do those things from here. Jake Atlas nowhere near an LGB DDT at this point.
No, I mean, without a vertical base, he's not going to be able to do anything. ACH so smart now, pinning the left wrist of Jake Atlas, who is about an inch away from having 2 shoulders down. This is a bad spot for Atlas. The fans are behind him. He needs to use the motivation of this crowd to potentially make a comeback. Look at that. And that's fundamental wrestling there by Jake Atlas, using some leverage, getting the shoulders down.
It was a nice reversal into the pinning predicament. And ACH has slowed the pace of this thing in a big way. Jeez. And at this point in the matchup, these big shots are really going to start to pay dividends for ACH.
And for our fans at home, you can actually see it. At this time you can't, but when you look at the chest of Jake Atlas, it's just disgusting. Oh, missed him. Nice comeback. Atlas showing some heart here.
Swing and a miss by ACH, but Jake Atlas was swinging for the fences. We're happy to have you back. All of those watching live on Fight TV. We took a one-show vacation with Possessed, but we're back live. And for all of you watching on Amazon Prime, as well as now Atlas going to work. Might see a TKO here to strikes, or Atlas might punch himself out, partner.
17 unanswered chops to the chest of ACH. A little turnabout may be fair play, if I could borrow a line from Todd Keneley, my partner. And he's just pummeling that chest. The punishment, you can see clearly ACH reeling, perhaps losing the breath in his lungs to try to recover from all those concussive blows. And now, Jesus Christ, look at the sweat flying off. My goodness, Todd.
Sweat flying, and the blood is bubbling up from beneath the skin of Atlas. Excuse me.
And Todd, you have to think about whiplash in that situation too. He was hit so hard. Head just rocking over that top turnbuckle. Cover here, referee's close.
I'm telling you what, man, Jake Atlas isn't gonna need a Christmas sweater after this. He's wearing one. Bright red chest here for Atlas. This is a more focused, more deliberate ACH than we've seen in quite some time. He's back to his form here, Christian.
And on the other hand, it just seems as if the heart and tenacity of Jake Atlas to never quit, never say die is showing today. People have questioned his attitude, but you can't question his heart.
Big smile on the kisser of the birthday boy. High fly flow remix. Nobody home.
That's a game changer there, Todd. He absolutely missed that. You could see he's winded. If you ever taken a soccer ball to the stomach, you just feel like you can't breathe. Try flying from the top rope as high as that guy jumps and just crashing right down on the canvas.
I played the real football, brother. Both men, though, fighting back to their feet here, Christian Cole. And this, again, we're just getting started. High-stakes matchup here. It's a night, really, here at Believe, of championship action and implications. Big time here, as, again, Jake Atlas, the #1 contender to the only title that won't be contested here.
Oh, got him in a full Nelson.
Title. Wow, what a counter there by ACH. Not to be undone. Say goodnight. Standing moonsault. Center of the ring. Deep hook of the leg. Oh, how close was that?
My goodness. One of ACH's teeth just flew across the ring on that swinging super kick. That was incredible by Jake Atlas, who has turned the momentum of this match right around and now seems to have control. How close was that?
Incredible light heavyweight action has been one of the true staples of PCW Ultra throughout its history, and living up to the billing here between two top contenders.
Atlas thinking something, waiting behind, stalking ACH.
Back handspring. ACH counter, timed that into the rear waistlock. Little too much flash there for Atlas. Does have a gymnastics background, partner.
Yeah, beautiful suplex there. Maybe an ode to the late Eddie Guerrero here from ACH, whose career was inspired by the late Eddie.
Well, you can hear the faithful. It's not lost on them. Paying homage to the late, great Eddie Guerrero.
It never gets old showing love to Eddie. And here it is.
Looking for the third of the three amigos, both men wearing their magnetic boots. Who's gonna get the better of this exchange? Round and round they go.
Ooh! Oh my God!
Knockout shot. ACH big time win. No, not yet.
And what a match to start off this card here at PCW Ultra Believe. Live on the Fight app, Amazon Prime. And we've had two different 2.9 counts in the last number of minutes in this match.
Well, Amazon all about making deliveries, partner, and these two are delivering in a big way in our opening contest. One that'll leave you breathless. But ACH, you can see, he was all smiles. He was full of confidence earlier, but now that doubt starts to creep in. What's it gonna take? And ACH desperately wants and needs a win here.
You can see him still favoring the left side of his rib cage and solar plexus as he missed that high fly flow remix earlier, hit the canvas hard. It's winded him, and it's changed the dynamic of this match, Todd.
Sure has, a real test of wills. Nice combination, backbreaker, German suplex with the bridge! And that hand was sliding down the chimney for three, but did not make it.
Jake Atlas absolutely kicked out on instinct there. I mean, some of these wrestlers can hear that 2 count. They can hear it behind them. They know, but they're not all there. And right now, after that German suplex, picture perfect by ACH, I'm not sure that Jake Atlas knows where he is right now.
Got absolutely turned inside out. What a clinic these two are putting on when it comes to striking, grappling, high impact, high flying, everything under the sun that makes this division the one to watch.
He's got 2 underhooks from behind there. Head between the legs, muscling up all 200 pounds of Atlas. Who's able to fight out and continues to show his heart here, Todd. He's from Los Angeles, California. He's here in front of his home fans. He wants to win this.
Look out! LGB! DDT, partner!
In for the cover!
Whoa!
Oh my God.
That's how he became #1 contender, and it was not enough to put away ACH, and now the shoe on the other foot.
I have no idea how ACH was able to power up.
How about the respect here for the faithful for this incredible action? Went for it earlier. This time, he connects with the elbow, Christian.
Ton of respect. This thing's getting real heated here in the middle of the ring. Look at this, my God, look at ACH.
Tiger bomb, only a count of 2.
And after a picture-perfect Tiger bomb, Atlas still kicks out.
Oh, but he's in perfect position here now, partner. Didn't hit it earlier, but now he's going all the way to the tippy top.
If he hits this, it's over. Oh God!
Counter to the knees, into the cradle, wrapping up the package. No!
Look at Atlas with the springboard cutter.
Calling the audible, hook of the leg, still not enough.
And what a show these fans are getting. This is the first match tonight. And these two pulling out all the stops, giving each other everything they got. My God, what a match.
What action, incredible.
And it's still going, Todd.
An absolute war of attrition. What a way to kick things off. This is awesome indeed. But what is it gonna take?
Oh, maybe a little too much showboating from Atlas, who's caught. Standing suplex.
Beautiful counter. Into the cover now the other way, and that was so close. Just death-defying near falls, a sliver of light between the canvas and the referee's hand.
This is bad for Atlas, as winded as he is now. To be in that corner, he has to fight out of this. Oh my God.
Oh, suspended suplex attempt, but now at this point in the match, both guys are sweaty. Certainly a precarious position there, Christian. Bad things can happen. Looked for that flash kick a la Guile. Didn't hit it. Counter, there it is. LGB DDT, hit to perfection, cover. That's gonna do it.
Wow. In no way is this an upset because he is the #1 contender. But what a massive victory for Jake Atlas, the promising youth who has just defeated ACH. Incredible performance by Jake Atlas.
I mean, we've just seen this youngster grow up here at PCW Ultra. He started back with us at the very first Young Guns event, and now moving him all his way up to become the #1 contender. He has high hopes. He refers to himself as the superstar, and he is living up to it, and he has got a date with Destiny and a shot at the Ultra Light Heavyweight Championship.
Jake Atlas would ride that wave of momentum to capture the Ultralight Championship, where he had a record-setting year-long reign, defeating some of the biggest names in the industry. And if you want to see the whole Believe card, go to PCWOnDemand.com and stream the entire event anytime, anywhere. Watch Hammerstone, Warbeast, Sami Callihan, Brody King, and Tessa Blanchard in action, as well as the champion versus champion match between Shane Swerve Strickland and Penta Josero Miedo. After the break, we'll hear from MVP ahead of his unsanctioned street fight with the Almighty Sheik from Release The Kraken. Mutiny rolls on right after this.
In Japan, we have embraced many things from the West. We honor them. We celebrate them. And master them. In return, we offer something for you to enjoy. Sapporo, Japan's oldest beer brand, now brewed and enjoyed around the world. And our way of saying,
Arigato.
I gotta take the time to send a huge shout out to Odd Palace, the band that produced The Unknown, which is the anthem of PCW Ultra Mutiny. It's available on Apple Music, Spotify, and streaming outlets everywhere.
I agreed to come to Pacific Coast Wrestling to wrestle. I'm a grappler. I love to grapple. I love the art of professional wrestling. It's what I do. And I agreed to sign a contract to see how let's do it. And then I discovered that I'm facing the Sheik, former NWA World Champion, a man who is absolutely no stranger to horror and havoc. These are the words that I've heard used to describe him, horror and havoc, because he cuts a bloody path of horror and havoc everywhere he goes. The Sheik doesn't like to wrestle. He likes to hurt and maim and cut people. He likes to fight. He's a sick and twisted individual. As a matter of fact, I've often heard of him. See, we've never met. We've never crossed paths. But it seems like our paths are finally destined to meet. Sheik, you've done your research on me. You know who I am. You've talked about the titles that I've won and the people that I've faced, my WWE success. And I have to tell you that maybe you think because I live in this amazing 7,000 square foot house and because I wear diamond encrusted jewelry, maybe I've gotten soft. Maybe I don't have a desire to fight like I used to. Maybe you're right. Maybe success has made me soft. Maybe sleeping in a California king-size bed with silk sheets with a couple sexy Southeast Asian honeys laying next to me, yeah, that makes a man not quite so hungry to get up and go train. But you know what does inspire me? When people threaten me, when people threaten to take this away from me, this that I've worked so hard to gain, to create, to have something, to have somebody talk about they're gonna hurt me, maim me for their pleasure, and take this all away from me. Well, now you've inspired a different MVP. See, the MVP who loves the flash of the diamond watches and bracelets and chains, that MVP, he's not coming to Torrance. The MVP that likes to grapple and suplex, he's not coming to Torrance. The MVP that made Shinsuke Nakamura tap out, he's not coming either. Nor is the MVP that beat Chris Benoit for the United States Championship in a 2 out of 3 falls match, he's not coming. The MVP that was set on fire by Kane and came back only to have Kane lay at his feet unconscious, he's not coming. The MVP that smashed The Undertaker over the head with a chair and drew blood from the dead man himself. That MVP, he's not coming. The MVP that's coming to Torrance, California is not an MVP that exists on YouTube. It's not an MVP that you can Google. This MVP, you would have to go to Opalaka. You would have to go to the ghetto, the hood of Miami, a place that you can't just go and ask questions without a proper ghetto pass. That's where you would have to do your research to find out about the MVP that's coming to see you. The MVP that survived 9.5 years in the Florida Department of Corrections. No, not survived, thrived. That MVP. The MVP that wasn't afraid to take a piece of steel and shove it into a man's flesh while looking into his eyes to protect me. That MVP. That's the MVP that's coming to see you. So you want to say you're a monster. I've fought monsters. I've seen real monsters. I've slept with the killers. I survived in the cesspool of humanity. You think I'm gonna allow you to call me out publicly and talk about what you're gonna take from me? No, the superstar, the bling bling superstar, he's not coming. The MVP that was ruled a menace to society. The MVP that some people still wake up in the middle of the night having nightmares. That MVP, that's who's coming to see you, Sheik.
What are we about to witness, Todd Keneley?
Your guess is as good as mine. The officials coming out here.
They're going to need about 7 more officials to come out here.
No, they're
they're
not
going to
gonna
need
be-
Justin Borden and Rick Knox to dress up and get out here too.
Well, they're not going to be enforcing any rules, that's for sure. Let's go over the rules. All right, I'm done. Yep, there are none.
There they are. You know, oh, man. Let me just add this. It's not so much about the rules. It's about pulling these guys apart and making sure they don't murder each other.
You're not kidding.
God, that music is eerie, Todd Keneley. Every single person on their feet here.
Ominous because you know what is to come. Flanked by MK, the Almighty Sheik, the madman out of Syria. And look at this, throwing chairs in the ring already. No one is safe here. Every seat's going to be a front row seat in this one.
Wow.
And the crazy thing, this guy is an absolute lunatic.
Maniac.
But he can back it up. He is a former NWA and AWA world champion, and he held those titles at the same time. The only guy ever to do it.
Yeah, Sheik, you know, I don't know if he's murdered somebody, but I wouldn't be surprised if he had. Sheik is a dangerous, dangerous man. And as you said, a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, a champion in Japan, a champion all around planet Earth. And you have to ask yourself, how do you continue to book a guy like this?
Well, I think
this guy's a killer.
You're right. I think MK is about the only guy that will represent this guy, because for MK, it's just all business. He's all about the dollar signs. He has no integrity.
I like that. Don't hate on his integrity or lack of integrity. All right? MK is a smart lawyer. MK is a guy who aligns himself with the best in the world. I'm sure MK's got him off with at least 3 murder charges already.
MK's a blood sucker, and anybody that gets in the ring with the Sheik is a blood gusher, and expect that tonight.
Yeah. I dare you to say that to the Sheiky's face, baby. You're so biased, Keneley.
Pre-match ritual here by the Almighty Sheik, but will he go to the promised land in this matchup tonight in our main event? A main event that is not sanctioned by Pacific Coast Wrestling.
No, you know, we actually were told we could leave. We were told before this match if we wanted to go home, we wanted to leave. You know, the cameras are still running because this is going to happen whether PCW management likes it or not. So we're staying, we're going to call, but if they come anywhere near this announce table, I'll be the first person to drop my headset and hit the hills.
Yep, you stole the words right out of my mouth, my man. Totally agree with you.
I'm not your man, Todd. But you're my boy, though. You know what that music means, right, TK?
Oh, time is ticking.
Oh my God. This shit is about to go down. Adorning the Punisher's gear. And you know he wore that for a reason, because he planned to put punishment on the Sheik. And for all the times we talked about Sheik being a bad dude and a killer and a murderer and a world-renowned fugitive, MVP, a former 2-time WWE United States champion,
former tag team title holder as well, and the inaugural, this is our inaugural show, the inaugural IWGP Intercontinental Champion, a title that's been held by the likes of Nakamura as of late. So incredible. He put that championship on the mat. But tonight, it's not about titles. It is about violence. It is about Montel Vontavious punishment here tonight.
Hell yeah.
Again, you can expect maybe blood to spill and certainly the
Ladies
action
and
to
gentlemen,
spill outside the ring. Here we
introducing
go.
our first participant in the ring, from Syria, weighing 235 pounds, the Almighty Sheik.
And Republicans all over the world are throwing trash at their DVD set and their television, watching the
His
Syrian-born
opponent from
Almighty
the
Sheik.
305, weighing 252 pounds, Montel Vontavious Porter, MVP. 60-minute time limit, anything goes.
Well, the Syrian, the Sheik, he won't find any refuge here in Torrance, California, not in there with MVP, who has got this crowd whipped into a frenzy. Everybody on their feet. Both guys with weapons in their hands, chairs, and MVP on the hunt.
Yeah, and let's not forget the X Factor on the outside of the ring. My man MK doing whatever he could do to help his man. But will he even be able to be a factor in this match? I mean, there are no rules here, Todd Keneley. They can do whatever they want. At one point in the match, we might see MK and Sheik double teaming on MVP.
Right now, and it would be as legal as a wrist lock. Right now, MVP doesn't want to fall into the Sheik's game, though. Says, you want to face me right now, you're going to face me inside the squared circle. Get in here and take your beating like a man.
Yeah, we're 2 minutes into this match, and everybody's still on their feet here at the home of Pacific Coast Wrestling.
MVP taking out the chairs again. Say you want to beat me, prove you can beat me inside the ring. We'll see if the Sheik will oblige.
I don't know if that's so smart that MVP's up there arrogantly kind of waiting on the ropes. Sheik is a dangerous guy. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. They are laying those strikes in as hard as possible. You could hear them through our headphones over here at the commentary booth.
Sheik getting the better of that early exchange with the striking. Nobody home there for that big boot, but he catches him. Sheik thought he had it well timed and countered, but he charged in and 8-1 anyway, and the Sheik right back to the outside. And I gotta believe the Almighty Sheik wants to lure MVP out to his personal playground of pain.
Yeah, you know, the advantage is definitely in Sheik's hands on the outside of the ring. You know, MVP for years and years, winning championships and doing it the right way, in the middle of the ring. You know, he's not really a hardcore wrestler, so to speak. He's not really a no-rules type of wrestler. But Sheik's been doing that for years and years. Sheik's won world titles with no-rules matches.
Oh, he's put people on the shelf. He has taken people out. MVP now, shot after shot, the crowd counting in unison. But MVP said it earlier, hey, this guy's faced the most imposing people in the history of this great sport. He kicked out of the Undertaker's chokeslam. He got burned by Kane. And now the Sheik, though, sends him right into that rail.
Yeah, sure did. He took I think his whole right side of his rib cage really landing on the guardrail there, and he's reeling on the outside. Sheik, oh my, the Saudi flag, and breaking it over the back of MVP.
I believe that might be the Iraqi flag.
Iraq, Afghanistan, Temecula.
The man
it's all
from
the same thing.
man from Syria, and giving him I don't know, showing our education, but giving him a little education in the school of hard knocks right now. And the shots to the ribs, very meaningful if you think of the Sheik, because that vaunted camel clutch, and he administers it more effectively and devastating than anybody, the effect that has on the ribs and back.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Hopefully our cameraman caught that at home, but a low blow from MVP. If you're going to have a fight with MVP, who is admittedly an ex-con and has survived prison and has survived a life of, oh my God, and
what
Sheik
an
now
uppercut!
right out in front of us.
Right out here by us, and excuse me, fans, that might be the end of this broadcast from our standpoint. MVP, though, on the hunt. Yeah, MVP went low. Maybe the Sheik will be singing his own theme song after that. Right over here in our laps.
Into the chairs. Into the chairs. Hopefully our camera crew is catching this.
This
and
is
a huge chair shot.
Absolute chaos. MVP. Right now he's beating the Almighty Sheik at his own game. burying him under a pile of chairs.
We need to get PCW staff over here and get our cameraman the ability to get this action.
Well, we're getting a look at it right now. I don't blame him for not getting too close either. Would you?
Oh, I mean, you could feel the energy of this building. Oh, my God.
MVP with a rolling senton, if there ever was one, right onto those chairs.
Both of these wrestlers showing what it means to be here at Pacific Coast Wrestling. Both of these guys showing how much it means to begin a new company here and killing each other to be the first ever main event winner here at Pacific Coast Wrestling.
And that's saying something here where it's all about competition. It's not about titles here tonight. It is about a bloodlust and a will to win no matter what the cost.
Absolutely, and the fans circling around these two. These guys are in the crowd. They're past the guardrails, Todd. This is not a match in the ring anymore. This is a fight.
Well, that's why PCW would not sanction this matchup. It is an absolute brawl, and the Sheik, as you thought he might, has taken control of the matchup on the outside where anything goes, and this is not good for MVP.
Yeah, you know, our staff here, our crew, struggling to capture it as there's just fans surrounding a fight that's not even taking place in the ring. I mean, you can't blame the crew for not being able to come over here and catch the shot.
The official taking a close look at it, though, you know, wants to see if MVP is going to give.
Yeah, really, that's the only purpose of the official. If there is a submission, so to speak, if one of these guys gives up, that'll be it. But who knows? That might not even be it. I mean, these guys are just going to, they might kill each other, Todd.
MVP with that trash can. Now, how is he even back on his feet? Oh, what a shot.
Wow.
Playing the bass drum.
You can hear that trash can throughout the hall of this PCW Release the Kraken venue.
Now with a chair, just ringing the bell of the Almighty Sheik. And he's not the great Bambino, but it's the great fans here that are calling the shots for MVP.
Yes. You know, just a side comment. Put your phones away and use your eyeballs. There's all these people with their phones out.
MVP now in the full mount. And what is going to end this thing? And it's so much it could be.
Death and destruction.
So much pride on the line. And you talked about the Sheik being a threat. It all started with a threat. Sent videos saying what he was going to do to MVP. And that's what led to this matchup not being sanctioned.
You're 100% right, Todd. We saw the videos on the internet. They leaked onto the internet. The Facebook timelines, the Twitter timelines. We saw Sheik making literal threats, death threats towards MVP, saying that here at Release the Kraken, the PCW's inaugural show, that we may really just see the end of MVP. But right now, MVP showing he ain't no joke, dude. He's on top.
He had the back and now back into the full mount. MVP just trying to neutralize the Sheik out there.
What is that in his hand? Is he? You know, folks.
He went to the eyes there.
What is that? An ice pick?
Well, that's certainly what the Sheik is known for. How he would have gotten it out there, I have no idea. But
it's either a screwdriver or an ice pick. We apologize, fans at home. We're at the mercy of our monitors as we are on the other side of this arena and tethered to our headsets. I don't care if it's on the monitor or right in front of me. I don't want to see an ice pick in a man's throat. I will tell you that right now. But that could happen with Sheik at the helm of that ice pick.
Well, that Syrian spike, we might as well just call it. That's a weapon he often carries around and administers. And now the Almighty Sheik, oh, this is very bad. Very bad on that floor. Thinking pile driver. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Great
oh, no.
takedown defense and a backdrop right onto the floor, Christian.
You know, usually, you know, I tend to like the rude boys of professional wrestling. I tend to like the guys with a little edge, with a little attitude. In this particular case, I'm 100% behind MVP. You know, Sheik is the type of guy that gives the Syrian people a bad name. All the controversy in our country over the last year of Syrian refugees coming to this country and the people who don't want them here, who don't allow them. Sheik is the reason for the people of America hating the Syrian people, and it's just not fair.
And now all the way over to the other side of the arena, you can see just.
And kudos to our camera crew. They're basically chasing these guys around the PCW arena.
Right, and the crowd, unbelievable, unpredictable for them. Some flocking to the action, putting themselves in harm's way. Some just trying to run for their lives.
See, Montel Vontavious Porter putting his dukes up, but Sheik has that Syrian spike in his hand.
Trying to block it now with the chair as MVP successfully there. And another wicked shot.
My God. What the hell? Sheik didn't even he didn't even feel it.
Because he's so enraged.
He's a
He's trying to absolutely stab the man.
Todd, I don't know that I want to watch this. Folks, if you have kids at home, have them turn away from the DVD player. Have them turn away from this match. This is adults only, man. He's trying to kill this guy.
Oh, he's trying to drive that stake right into his eye.
Oh, this is hard to watch.
And what does MVP even have left to be able to ward this off? This is the Sheik's game. He knew what that video would do. He knew it would lure MVP in. Sheik wants to make even more of a name.
But Todd, MVP now has the spike, somehow managing to get it away from Sheik, chasing him down, asking the fans if they want to see it. These rabid fans are asking for it. Oh, my God!
Well, you got to fight fire with fire. Vicious shots. He is stabbing the Almighty Sheik right in the head with that weapon, a weapon that Sheik brought into play. There was a fumble on the play, recovered by the offense, and boy, is he on the offensive.
Oh, no. Oh, God. He's grinding that Syrian spike into the Syrian wrestler's head, into the Sheik's head, grinding it.
Well, you see the effects right there, busted wide open, a severe laceration. But it could have just as easily been MVP sporting that gash on his dome.
And now what is MVP going to do here? This is taking him back to his prison days, to his ex-con days. The action that we're seeing here is just absolutely incredible. I mean, these two now circling on the outsides of the arena, really having nothing to do with the professional wrestling ring. This isn't a wrestling match, Todd. This is literally a fight. And when I tell you the God's honest truth, man, I am hoping that this does not end up with somebody, really fatally injured.
Well, if it's the Sheik has his way, the Almighty Sheik, it will be that way. This is an absolute sickening spectacle. And here's a surprise, the Sheik going back to the ring. Didn't see that coming.
No. Our camera crew now just trying to get back in position, trying to lock a shot on these guys to bring you the action at home. Really, if you want to see this type of action, you have to come down to Torrance, California. You have to be a part of our second show. March 26, 2016, we will have our second ever PCW show here in Torrance, California. Make it down, see the action in person. Go to PacificCoastWrestling.com to learn about all the information or follow us on Facebook.
Well, Release the Kraken. These guys are releasing everything, releasing the monsters within. And the second guy in the ring, even in a vicious encounter like this, is always at a disadvantage because the Almighty Sheik had the higher ground there and was able to take advantage when MVP came in. We'll see what he can do. DDT!
Wow. His head just literally spiked into the ground. I mean, yeah, we're getting distracted by the chairs and the Syrian spikes and the hardcore elements of this match, but a pure wrestling DDT on MVP could be the thing that takes him out. Yeah. I mean, he's not moving, Todd.
Well, the Almighty Sheik is a man who just executed a DDT after he was stabbed and severely lacerated. I mean, in most cases, that's going to end your night.
Now setting up a neckbreaker, not on the chairs. Ooh, God, dang. Do you ever watch something, Todd, and feel it yourself? I'm feeling like my back hurts just from watching that.
Can you imagine what that would feel like, just those shockwaves? And now MK getting involved as you thought that he might.
I like it.
That shot to the back. Right now, I think both arms of MVP have probably gone numb. And this is insulting.
Oh, fireball! Oh, my God!
But I think
what just happened?
It caught MK.
The fireball in the face of the man with the suit. MK. Oh my God! Oh, we need to. Someone stop the show. What is happening here?
This guy's lost his damn mind if he ever had one.
Todd, he's killing the referee. This is not okay.
MVP though with the takedown. Just
all
out
the
of
security's in the ring. Someone needs to stop this match. Todd, this is not professional wrestling.
It should go this far. MVP, the referees are flying, bodies are flying. MVP with a takedown, and this is the damnedest fight that I have ever seen.
Todd, this is absolutely insane. And now, Johnny Suave and Chris Evans hitting the ring from the outside to try and help and stop this fight.
Good luck separating these two.
To the outside, MVP decks Evans in the face.
You're going to need an army to separate these two. That is for sure.
Damn straight.
MK though got
who's that? That's
Gallo. Of that fireball.
Gabriel Gallo now and JR Kratos hitting the ring.
Those are two. If anybody can do it, those two could.
Nobody in the PCW locker room wants to see these guys kill each other, Todd. they're going to have to break it up. This is the right thing to do. The crowd can boo all they want. This is the right thing to do for PCW. Well, see, the fans are saying let them fight, but what they don't realize is if we keep letting them fight, they'll never be back here in PCW.
Here
They'll
they
be
go
6
again.
feet under.
Oh, I don't know. I think I agree with the fans. The Sheik wanted this, and he's going to get it.
Trust me, man. I'm down to see a fight too, but they're taking it too far.
You want to make threats. You want to get on the internet. You want to send videos. You want to send this foreshadowing, this harvester of sorrows. Well, you know what? Then you're going to pay for it.
Yeah, you're right. There's the bell. What's happening? Let's see if Dan Masters has a word for us.
MVP charging again. Nothing can hold him back.
Literally every single person on payroll from Pacific Coast Wrestling is in the ring breaking these two apart.
You're not going to see me in there.
Me either, buddy.
A match that went too far for even an unsanctioned matchup. The locker room knowing that, hey, this thing has gotten out of control.
Wow. This is chaos here, guys. I don't even know what to say what I just witnessed. I mean, there was a point where MVP stabbed him in the face with the Syrian spike.
You're right. MVP went to places he probably thought he would never go again, and he continues to go there. He's going to drag the Sheik straight to hell.
Wow. And this now brawling in the corner, all of these guys trying to break it up. The entire locker room's out there. Some of these guys have gotten dressed already. Some of these guys are ready to get paid and go home. And instead, the concern of the entire locker room displaying into the ring. Sheik, how is Sheik still conscious?
Well, you've got to think
so much
blood.
blood.
Yeah, blood loss becomes a factor.
Someone needs to take them and maybe put them in handcuffs and take them out of the building. They need to be restrained, Todd.
You're right. As long as these two are anywhere near each other. Pacific Coast Wrestling is supposed to be about wrestling excellence, the very best, all the styles. But as long as these two are around, it is going to be complete chaos.
What we have witnessed tonight has been an incredible night, Todd. And, we saw technical wrestling. We saw high-flying wrestling. We saw phenomenal tag team wrestling. And to end with a fight, with a brutal fight like this, it just shows you the tone that Pacific Coast Wrestling is going to set into the future for 2016 and beyond. This crowd chanting MVP, man. I can't believe what I just saw.
MVP literally fighting fire with fire. He showed that he could play the Sheik's deadly game here tonight. Just the aftermath of this.
That's how you want to go, Sheik?
Let's listen in
I'm
here.
all about that bullshit. Straight out the yard. What do you say we come back and do this again in March?
MVP putting out a
Next
challenge.
time, I just may actually kill that son of a bitch.
A brawl too chaotic to close out our inaugural event. But as you heard, a challenge was made by MVP for a rematch, and we'll bring that to you on an upcoming episode of Mutiny as we work our way through the Ultra timeline, from humble beginnings to where we are today. And if you want to watch our first event from top to bottom, go to PCWOnDemand.com and stream Release The Kraken and hundreds of hours of some of the very best wrestling you'll find anywhere. Next week on Mutiny, we take a look back at two of Rob Van Dam's signature PCW Ultra performances. 2 dream matches. First, against Penta El Cero Miedo to clear the way, and at Showdown against Johnny Ultra. It's a special just in time for 420. RVD's greatest hits, right here, next week. For our entire crew, this is Mike Simmons, and we'll catch you next week here on Mutiny.